uh, boards and just stop the competitive stuff. So what's up, Tati? You're a little distant.
What if I said no?
Oh, I got the fireworks.
I do that with Kara all the time. She's like, "Oh, can you hear me?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Well, can you hear me now?" And I'm like, "Nope."
Oh,
I'm gonna mute
we all
myself
know
now.
me now. I'm gonna say something embarrassing. Oh God. How do I even pull that up?
Okay, can y'all hear me now? Should be able to. Okay, I will type it in the chat. Loud and clear. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey guys, welcome to the live launch for Pride at the Dragon 6. Very, very, very excited to be here and tell you guys what we got planned for the next year of this event. I think you guys will like what we have going on. Again, thank you for joining me. I'm going to before I jump into it, actually, I want to let you guys know that I am joined by two members of the Gaymmittee right now, Meg and Ben. They are muted in this moment, but maybe they'll unmute themselves to say hi to you.
Hi, everyone.
Hey y'all.
I hope they did. I don't know. For some reason, I can't hear them anymore. Ben, Meg, y'all here?
We're here.
Okay. Yes,
Yep,
you
yep.
are. Cool. You know, I might have to talk to them with my headset on. Hate to put on my headset, but in this moment, I don't have another way to fix this. So hang on, I'm gonna go off camera while I grab that real quick.
if they can hear or see us, but Jeremy says hi. Hi, Jeremy.
Is this the first time for a lot of folks? For Pat D?
I'm not seeing anything pop up on the feed. I don't know how to
Yep.
do this stuff. Three. We got 3 first timers so far in the chat. Can you hear me now?
Stream, can you hear me?
Ooh, let's try it with this mic. Stream, can you hear me? Testing. Testing.
There's a little reverb.
A little
I
bit.
think I just fixed that. Well, no, I didn't. But there's nothing I can do about it in this moment. What I'm going to do, though, I'm going to do this. So actually, maybe
Oh,
You
nice.
gotta pick one mic or the other.
I'm only using one mic. All I need is one mic. One mic. This one's not. Yeah, I took it away. There, it's gone. All right,
Still
so
there.
I heard that we have some first timers in here. Some first timers? What's up, guys?
God, I love you, Avery.
Oh man, I'm missing messages. Popping in to wish you a great event. Thanks, Arrow. Second year, first time, first time. All right, Chris, Ryan. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate you. Sound like I'm in a cathedral. Maybe I'm in a cathedral. You don't know that. You don't know where I'm at. All right. Trying to turn speakers away from my mic here. Try to figure something out. I don't have time to do more technical support. We got to get this thing going. Anyway, welcome to Pride of the Dragon. I'm in an arena. It's awesome. I'm happy to see you all. Meg, Ben, can y'all try saying hello again?
Howdy.
Hello, hello. I'm curious as to who Navy 77 Trans Am is. Is the car Navy? Are they Navy? Because if they are Navy, I want to know what their rate is and stuff.
Okay,
Heck yeah, Robert.
guys, Meg wants to know that stuff. Ben, you sound really, really far away. Is it just me? Meg, does he sound far away to you too?
No, no. But I'm glad to see Robert's on here.
Okay. Hey, Robert. All right, y'all. Well, let's do it. So, Pride of the Dragon 6. I'm gonna make myself small and get out of the camera view here. Not really out of it, just kind of out of the way. Um, Meg, Navy 77 answered you. But congratulations on your retirement, Navy 77 Trans Am. I hope you're enjoying it.
Thanks for your service.
So, guys, Pride of the Dragon 6 is here. Um, I think I'm going to skip the itinerary for now. I'm going to skip the itinerary. I'm going to skip the Fontana Village thing. I'm going to talk about registration first, just so that some people are just kind of in here to do their thing and go. I just want to make sure that everyone has their opportunity. So registration is really, really simple this year. Um, Mitchell also says Ben sounds quiet, so I'm not crazy, but you know. On the Pride of the Dragon homepage, I'm just hit register now. Let's talk about it real quick. So registration this year, it's the same price as it was last year. So 150 for the half week, 199 for the full week. But I'm gonna go ahead and start this by saying right now that anybody who's watching this stream, you get $10 off. The code, what is the code? The code is Launch Me Daddy 25, all one word. That's launch, LAUNCH, me, ME, daddy, DADDY, 25. I just want to start with that. It's weird here. It says it starts with $80. That is for a half week out of a volunteer. So I'm going to talk about that real quick. Main thing when you're registering is you're going to have all this info here that I typed that I'm not going to go over. You guys can read it. It's about how to select your drives, how to do a volunteer registration. Um, the first thing you're going to choose is your registration type. We've got the full week, we've got the half week like we did last year, and then we have a volunteer full week and a volunteer half week. Volunteers are um, a vital part of Pride of the Dragon, so I want to make sure that people can come who maybe need a little help, a little assistance coming, and aren't afraid to work to get it. So, but I also want you guys to enjoy the event. So volunteering is you won't have to volunteer for more than 2 things in 2 days, basically. Anyway, pick your registration type. Let's say we're doing a full week. Then here we have current add-ons. You'll notice that all of these say $0, and that's because you're probably paying at the door. For a couple of things, we might get a group discount, like the go-kart racing and the Smoky Mountains Railroad. We're just waiting for more info from them. Remember, this area had a lot of devastation from the recent hurricanes and flooding, so some of them are running a little behind on getting their 2025 stuff together. What I want you to do is add whatever you're interested in the cart, and we will notify you when we have more information and if we are collecting a group rate ticket or if you will continue to pay at the door. But let's say I'm going for a full week, I'm interested in the off-road excursion. I can just add that to my cart, and then that's it. My cart is done. I go to my cart. Once I check out, there's going to be a form to fill out. There's not yet a form to fill out. Skip all that, skip all that. Enter my email address. That's my email address. Continue. I'm not going to put in all of this. You're going to have to fill out a form. Okay, guys? It's the registration form. That I just want to really quickly go over how to get into registration to begin with. We can go over it more later on, but now I'm ready to talk about the fun stuff. Ben, Meg, you guys haven't seen any of this because I literally just made the page live. But if you go to prideofthedragon.com and hit Pat D6 home, you will hit the home page for Pride of the Dragon 6. Surprise, surprise. Um, the first thing you'll see after my long paragraph is the itinerary, and I think we have a pretty fun itinerary this year. We dialed it back a little bit. I feel like last year I had a lot going on. We had something, it felt like every single second of the day. This time around, we've kind of taken it back to basics, but not really because there's still like social events every night, but it's still going to be a good time and it's not going to be overwhelming for us. Meg, Ben, do you have opinions on that?
I would say don't feel like you need to do every activity. You know,
You
if
can't.
something catches your eye and you're like, oh, I really want to do that, by all means, please sign up. But that free time kind of means you get time to socialize, meet folks, kind of get to walk around and go from cabin to cabin and just check out cars. And sometimes it's just as simple as going and getting something to eat. It's as simple as just walking around or hopping in someone's car because they want to do a quick run to the tail, which the tail it's going to require at least a good hour, if not an hour and a half, a chunk of time to go do. If it's just you don't want to back up your schedule too much. You want to kind of cushion your time to have the impromptu, just meet the little meetups where you get to kind of check out someone else's car, whether that be someone's basically open top Geo Metro or a Beamer, or you can check out any number of cars. If you have an 86 car, you're going to be in great company. We seem to multiply every year like rabbits. So it's just there's a lot of things to do. You're never going to be bored, and have fun. You're there to kind of relax.
Yeah, have a good time. Like we said, you don't have to do every single thing. So don't. How about that? Let's talk about it. Let's look at it. So Monday is the first day. It is check-in. Um, your your first stop rather will be at the check-in. We'll do that in the event hall again if you are familiar with it. If you're not, it will be pointed out to you. We're going to have maps, we're going to have signs, etc. But Monday's a very chill day, so you see there's not a whole lot here. We've got check-in, we have deck the event hall. I feel like last year the event hall, like, it was so big. It was so big, and there just wasn't uh, enough to like fill it up and actually make it look good. This year, or next year rather, the team will be doing some decorating. I still don't have any ideas about what it's going to look like, but I'm going to get some items and have the team, myself, volunteers helping to decorate. But I also want you guys to bring stuff. I literally want just random Pride at the Dragon attendees deciding, hey, I brought a giant blow up Michelin man. I'm going to put it in this corner right here. We will figure out how to do that and make it make sense, because you do have to clear your stuff out of the room when it's all done at the end of the week. But I want it to be a space that we all just do stuff with. It's so big. If you've been, there's plenty of room there to fill up. I don't want that room to look so empty anymore. Um,
Hey Tati, can I say something a little bit?
Ben, I can hardly hear you.
So weird. I don't know why. Um, so um, we're gonna do something a little new this year with starting the mornings off. Um, Everybody is aware of Cars and Coffee, so we're gonna kick it off every morning with Cars and Coffee.
Hold on,
Um,
we're gonna get there, Ben. Why are you moving ahead? Do you see that under Monday on the itinerary?
I'm just gonna exit.
Nah, no, you don't get to leave. You stay here in the embarrassment. You stay here and you swim in that, swim in that. Okay, and then we'll we'll bring you back. Guys, he's so cute,
Tati,
isn't he?
there's a question. If people purchased early bird tickets from Pat D last year, do they need to go through registration?
No, you don't need to go through registration. Early bird tickets will get an email. You'll have a link to a hidden page where you can fill out your drive selections. So no, do not go through registration again. You've already registered for the event. Good question. I should have mentioned that when I did the registration piece. So thank you for asking, because I completely forgot to say something about it. Paul says, "Go Torre, Geo Metro Man." Yeah, hopefully the Metro makes it back again this year. If you were not here last year, you kind of missed it. Torre has built a wild Geo Metro that simply cannot be explained. You must experience. Okay? And so he intends to come back to the event. And assuming the Geo is running or not literally in pieces in his living room. That's how small the motor is. He can just set it up on the just just rebuild it on the coffee table. Um, assuming it's all together, we will see Torre's wonderful, wonderful Geo Metro. It's one of the cooler cars that comes to the event, and we have a lot of cool cars at the event. Absolutely. Hey, Hunter. Okay, so let me move forward so that Ben can get to morning cars and coffee. Uh, so Monday night, like we said, Monday's a pretty chill day. Most people will just be coming in and trying to get their groceries together, trying to get in their cabins, etc. So we don't schedule much of anything on that first day. So check in, deck the event hall, and then in the evening we're gonna have a first timers kickback. It's actually welcome to everyone who's there, but we will gear it to the first timers, people who haven't been to Pride of the Dragon before. We're gonna get them together. We're gonna get to know each other a little bit. Probably orient them a bit on the event if they have questions. There will be space for them to ask questions, to get those questions answered, which is what happens when you ask questions. I don't know why I'm stuttering over my words, but we'll have a good time. There'll be some games. I already have like 5 hilarious icebreaker games, and I don't mean like lame like corporate ones. I mean like legitimately like good and funny and fun. So I'm pretty excited about that. Um, Ben, how do you feel about that? Because I feel like you're always advocating for like, what about the people who don't know anyone? I'm like, they're gonna get to know people.
Well,
They're gonna know
I love
people.
getting to know people. um, I I'm super excited about it. It wasn't all that long ago that it was my first time at Pride at the Dragon, and it changed my life for the better. I'm super excited to welcome all the new people coming. It makes me really happy to see in the chat how many people are new. Um, so yeah, I'm super stoked.
Sweet, sweet. So, Tuesday, first day that we have drives scheduled, and that is when we do what, Ben?
We get to do our cars and coffee.
So, y'all know I do not like car shows. Um, it says right on the about page of Pride of the Dragon and many other places that like Pride of the Dragon is for driving enthusiasts. There are no car shows, there are no show and shines. However, sometimes you got to listen to the people because every year y'all tell me that you want some way to show off your car that you came here to drive. And so Ben convinced me that we should have every morning before drives some sort of cars and coffee event. Very short. It's not like a 3 hour event. Literally like half an hour into an hour before we leave for drives in the morning. People just hanging out, maybe catch some breakfast and talk about each other's cars and check them out and hang out. So that'll be an official thing that we do this year. Ben, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
Uh, yeah, sure. My reasoning behind pitching it this year was, people were late to drive sometimes, and this gives us a little bit of a buffer to allow everybody to get down to the gas station to fill up, um, kind of mingle a little bit, to, talk to somebody, whether it's about their ride or you think they're cute or whatever. We don't care. Just giving you opportunity to mix and mingle and have fun, get to know each other before heading out for the day's drives.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Can I tell you the discount registration code again? Yeah, I'll keep repeating it throughout. Um, it's Launch Me Daddy 25. Use that
Can't
code.
believe you made
You
it.
get $10 off registration. Um, so Ben, is that funny to you? You guys can't see him. I can see him on camera. He's cracking up.
So
I think he likes it. um, actually, I didn't ask you guys if you wanted to be on camera on the stream, so I'll ask you now if you're okay with it. I will see about sharing this window. Otherwise, we can leave it just voice. Okay,
I'm okay with it.
you're okay with it. Got it. let's do it. Before I do it, I'm gonna do it in a natural lull. So after Cars and Coffee in the morning, we've got 3 drives scheduled. These drives are pretty familiar to people who have been before. And sometimes people ask, well, why do we do the same drives? It's literally so that you guys aren't having to drive all freaking day and then get back to Fontana after dark and stuff like that. Because there are a lot of great drives in that area. I want you to go out and explore them all truly. However, some of them are very long. Some of them are very long to get to before you get to like that piece that's the named drive. And what we don't want is for groups to be out one after dark. It's kind of a liability for us. Not that you can't drive in the dark, but I don't want any official drives going on still after dark. But two, things tend to close early at Fontana, and I feel bad if we bring you back and it's like 7:45 and the restaurant closes at 8. So we try to schedule our drive so that you're back by 4 or 5 in the afternoon. You got some time to enjoy your afternoon, have some dinner before any social events. So that's why we keep the same drives or some of the same drives around. Um, with that said, I don't think anyone could ever get tired of the Cherahalla Skyway, nor Moonshiner, quite frankly. So here we are, our 3 drives: Cherahalla Skyway, Moonshiner 28, and Foothills Parkway. We're keeping it real simple this year. Those are the 3 drives. They will happen every morning, Tuesday through Friday, so that if you missed one, you get an opportunity to go on another one. That's something we tried to fix from last year because some people said, hey, I never got to experience the one drive I wanted because it always happened at the same time as something else I wanted to do. Um, Meg, what's your favorite drive? Do you have a favorite drive?
The
Her
for
face as she's
me,
thinking.
there are a few, but I would say at the top of that list is going to be Cherahala Skyway because
Right?
there is something about basically driving a route where you get to see some of the best of this Great Smoky Mountains and you really understand why it's called the Great Smoky Mountains. You pass basically at times above the cloud, about above the cloud level. Uh, there are times when you're like, is this cloud? Is this fog? Like, what is it?
Yes.
And it's the natural smokiness that comes in uh, to the area, and it's just gorgeous. No 2 times is it ever going to be the same. You could have one type of weather going down at Fontana, and then you go up into the hills, and all of a sudden it's like it's a totally different
Right.
weather system sometimes. So, and depending on the drive, it could be at a very, very brisk pace, and other times it's more leisurely, but going the speed limit. And other times you may be tempted to just go with a friend and uh, just go really, really, really at a relaxed pace so you can pull off and take pictures and whatnot. And
There's so many good pull
depending on
offs.
the time of the day, it's completely different too. So I would recommend everybody definitely do the Cherahalla Skyway at least once, uh, in their entire life, basically, just at least once. But they're all great. We've done drives as long as going basically right over to the South Carolina border, and that takes a long time. It is all day. But we've done it. It's just it we want to make sure that people aren't caught up in the dark. We've had issues once it gets dark because you have no cell service. So if you get stranded, it's a little difficult to get help sometimes. So
Very true, very true. Now that I think about it, though, our Moonshiner Drive is all the way down to Highlands again, which did take us some time. But as I recall, I think we stopped at a couple waterfalls, right, on that drive. Am I
mhm,
tripping?
yep.
We
Highlands
did.
is another great drive. It's beautiful, but we want to make sure everybody gets a chance to do these during the weekday because come weekend, it is really, really hard to navigate these roads with the general public out on the weekends.
Yeah,
So definitely the earlier during the week you can do this, the better. Less traffic and you get to stick with the group a lot better.
that's right. Because I want you guys to imagine having to share the dragon or like the Cherahala with like some family in a camper. Like it sucks. It's terrible. Nobody likes it. I don't recommend it at all. So that is why we're kind of sticking to the same drives. However, we absolutely want you guys to um, explore on your own. I think it's great when I hear about people saying, "Hey, we went on this drive with a group of friends. We went on that drive, etc." There's so many in the area. We'll try to get some up on the website, some suggested ones, but you can also go to the Tail of the Dragon website. That's tailofthedragon.com, and they've got a whole bunch of options themselves. Um, Ben, I want to ask you the same question actually. Do you have a favorite drive? I know you've been twice now, so you should have one, maybe.
So the first year, I want to say I did the Foothills Drive, and then I think this past year I did the Chirahala, and I think I have to echo Meg because doing the Chirahala this year, um, it was so beautiful,
Yeah.
and even though like we had, I think there was something overheated, I think, on the drive that I was on. It doesn't matter though. As long as you
Things
have your
overheat.
walkies, we're aces. Um, but it was so pretty. I couldn't agree more with Meg. Like you have to do that at least once. Oh, you can
Nice.
see me now.
Agreed. I'm gonna make you guys small now, so you're in the corner with me, cause yeah, I've just put you over on top of everything. Let's fix it. All right, guys.
Well,
Now
hey
you can kind of see
everybody.
Meg and Ben. Maybe I should make you a little bigger. A little bigger? Like a little bigger. It's a little bigger. All right, guys. So those are the
Wait,
drives. I guess. Well, now everybody said Cherry Hall is their favorite, so I have to do something different. Um, Clearly, I think for
it's not that I
me,
dislike it. I just like I agree with Meg. Like that's the Chirahala is just so like there's something about it. It's magical, just
it
like our whole
is.
event,
It's
you know?
stunning. It is a stunning drive. To be fair. Um, so I'm gonna change the subject instead. How about that? So those are our drives for the for the week there. And again, you will have several opportunities to go on them every day: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So that's 4 days to go on 3 drives, if you even want to go on all three. Um, Sorry, I'm scrolling like a mad person. I didn't mean to do that. I keep forgetting y'all can see that. Let's talk about what else is happening on Tuesday. So we always have what we used to call an alternate activity. I think I'm going to start calling them field trips because that's what they are. We always go somewhere and do a little field trip situation. This time we're going go kart racing in Pigeon Forge. It's called Extreme Go Karts. Their website looks really cool. I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube. I almost said Vimeo. Anyway, seen a couple of their videos. It looks like a great time. They have a few different tracks and track layouts. So I think I'm actually going to go on this one. I can't make it to every single thing, but I do love some go kart racing. It gets very competitive. And if I hit you, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. That's a lie. That evening, what we have going on is a trivia night. This is obviously open to everyone. It's likely going to be mostly automotive trivia, but we will make it fun. I'm not going to ask you for the, exact displacement of a 1952 whatever. I we've had a good time doing trivia night before, and so I'm really looking forward to it. Might have to get the same people to do the questions, but I hear we have some other volunteers as well. Meg, were you at the last trivia night we did? It was like a couple years ago. Pat D4.
A little bit. I
A little
was.
bit. Got it. And Ben, I don't know that you were there that early that weekend that year. I don't remember meeting you.
I
Okay.
don't think
Well,
I was.
say that one more time for me, Ben.
Oh, I don't think I was.
Got it. Heard. No worries. No worries. Just wondering. All right. Well, that's the evening activity for Tuesday. On Wednesday, cars and coffee again. So the mornings are pretty routine if you're going on drives, because that got a little chaotic this year, and we're doing it differently. So, cars and coffee, go on your drive. You'll be taken off from different parking lots, different times. Currently, there are, I believe, two takeoff times per drive in the registration. I'll have to double check that. But uh, once those fill up, I will add additional scheduled drives as needed. But we're gonna fill up the first two first before we start adding more and more and more to the schedule. So that's what we have going on Wednesday morning. Also on Wednesday, we want people to start decorating their cabins. A lot of people will be arriving on Wednesday for the half week portion of things, and so I think it's a good time for everyone to just get outside and put out their lights or put out their yard animal thingies. The only rule is obviously nothing lewd. The Fontana is still a family place. And we try our best to adhere to that culture there while we're there. So no giant like tits in the front yard, which is unfortunate to me, but the rest of you may want something else. Don't put that up in your yard either. But keep it cute, keep it fun. I saw like some flamingos last year. I saw fully decked out like Christmas style lights on somebody's cabin. Some people went all out this year. I just want more of that. So thank you in advance. We will also open the event hall for more decking for the people who arrive on Wednesday. So we'll have to make sure we leave space on Monday for that. And then in the evening, we've got a game night. And we have another first timers kickback because we will have more first timers coming on Wednesday night. Is it all looking good so far to everyone? Looking good, feeling good, smelling nice. I haven't seen any new comments in a little bit, and I just want to make sure y'all are still with us. And you're still with us. I'm just gonna chalk it up to latency. Anyway, so where was I? That was Wednesday evening. By Thursday, smells amazing, looks excellent. Thank you guys, appreciate it. There is some latency there, I think, because I'm streaming in 4K and I didn't mean to, but it's too late to fix it now. So next month you get low quality. We're streaming in 720. Um. Oh, okay. We would love to see you, Mr. Goodall. We would. We haven't in a little bit. Um. Gonna kick asses in go karting, not my ass. Anyway, Thursday morning. We're not even gonna talk about morning anymore. You see what happens in the morning for drives. Thursday's field trips, though, we're bringing back the Great Smoky Mountain Railroad excursion. I've had a few people say, I want to get back on it, but mostly I've had people who missed it the first time who want to do it again or who want to get the chance to do it. The Great Smoky Mountain Railway has a few different excursions. The one we chose last time was super mellow. It was like chill in the first class car and like drink wine and listen to stories while we went on this beautiful loop, this very scenic loop. I think next year when they give us the schedule, Ben, I want to do one of the like crazier ones. Like they have one where you go ziplining and stuff, and they have one where you can do you go ride or drive a trail in a Jeep. And I think that sounds a little bit more fun to me than sitting and sipping wine in a dining car. How do you feel, Ben? You were the one who was in touch with them. I know they didn't have the schedule ready. Thoughts?
So I didn't really look too much into their alternate activities other than the actual train rides.
Mm.
Um, Due to just their scheduling right now, they're not expected to release their schedule until the end of this month. So watch the website because we will be updating that. But I'll definitely be talking to them, seeing about what kind of group discounts we can acquire. And maybe we can have a couple different things we can do with them because they certainly have a lot to offer.
Nice. Okay. Well, that's what we want to see here. Um, I think. Well, I was about to look it up, but we can talk about the train more like in another broadcast, obviously here. So Thursday, the next thing we have is the off-road excursion is coming back. We did not do it officially last year or this year. I keep saying last year, but we're still in 2024. We didn't do it officially. I did see some muddy trucks. A couple people did get to go. However, this year it's back on the official itinerary. It'll be led by Mr. Abreu, and I think I don't think we've ever had a large number of trucks go, but everyone who's gone has had a good time. And if I don't end up on the railroad, I think I'm gonna go with them because I mean, why not? It's a whole park, so I'm ready to go. Ben, do you think you would do the off road or Meg? Either of you?
Uh, in the minivan?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I mean, it has gone off-roading
Okay.
before
When
in a
was
bunch of,
that?
oh, I used to do it in a bunch of freshly combined cornfields all the time.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but that's
I
been a
just
whole lifetime ago. So,
I was gonna say I forgot that you used to live in corn country. And I was like,
yes.
why would you be in freshly combined cornfields? But now I remember. I remember you moonlighted as a, was
Oh,
it Indiana?
no, Iowa.
Iowa.
But you
It's one of the
one
eyes.
of the fun things people do is in a freshly combined field, especially a bean field, which is a lot more smoothly harvested. You basically go out at nighttime, turn off your headlights, and just go driving around randomly in a fresh field, uh, and hope you don't hit a ditch or a rock or
Right. I'm like, how do you not hit
a
anything?
fence.
Okay. Okay.
That
Right
sounds so much
every
fun.
single time. Every single time. Um well, the off-road excursion will happen during
I
the
agree.
day.
I
There will be
agree.
no nighttime, no headlight driving. I promise you that. We will behave. We will. Robert, you can still go on the excursion again. You just got to take the Passat, I guess. But you got that. You got that. Um all right. So those are our two field trips on Thursday. Here's another thing that I wanted to bring back and and get right this time. It's the drive-in theater situation. I had so many hopes for that one event last year because I just wanted us all on the softball field watching a movie outside. I had rented the popcorn machine and all that, and then it didn't work out. The technician got COVID, and they were like, he's the only one we have in the area. Sorry, we can't come. So it can't happen twice, right? He's not going to get COVID again. So we are booking the same folks to come out this time. Hopefully, we'll actually be able to come, set up a screen. We're going to watch a movie outside. I don't know what movie yet. We're not taking votes. I'm just going to pick a movie. I don't remember what it was last year. I might just go with whatever we had chosen. I'll find it in the meeting
Right.
notes. But yeah, we're
Cheers,
we're doing a
cheers.
drive-in movie again, and it's gonna be or for real this time, and it's gonna be a great time. So, the Passat, yep, one good rut, and it is gone. Um, Friday. Friday's usually bittersweet because you're like, we're getting to the end, but it's also the day that we make sure that we have a lot going on. So, Friday, we have our drives. We have horseback riding as the field trip. I believe, Meg, you're leading that, yes? I think she's nodding.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
Yes.
tiny on my screen. That's why I'm like, I can't tell if that's movement or what's going on. So
Yes. And
horseback
after
riding.
horseback riding, you can do the, save a horse, ride a cowboy thing later. So, but for the day, it's ride the horse.
And as you say that, someone in the comments,
If
Jeremiah Bear,
anybody
says, I'm
is invited
contemplating
to
bringing the
our
whole star
meetings,
too.
it's this.
The whole star. This is how y'all act. Like, this is how y'all act. So yeah,
Just as
ride a
fun.
horse. Maybe save a horse. It was a save a horse, ride a cowboy. Y'all can do all that. That's fine. Whatever. In the privacy of your own cabin, do you? Okay. As long as we keep it PG outside, please, please. So that's the field trip. It is also all day long 80s day. And that means you can either dress like it's in the 80s, you can listen only to 80s music, whatever floats your boat. Maybe you spend the whole day quoting like 80s teen dramas or teen comedies. But we're celebrating the 80s on that day in some way. Some of you will choose every way, but I love 80s music personally. And so, um, not only is it 80s day, but in the evening we're gonna have another dance party. It'll be 80s themed, but like I'm not only gonna play 80s music, I promise. But I want us to dress in our absolute 1984's best, come out on the dance floor, and cut a rug. I think it's gonna be a great time. We're also trying to see about having a drag queen perform as well. We don't have a performer just yet, but it's in the works. And obviously, when that happens, we'll give you guys updates. I will have a live event every month leading up to the event, by the way. So anything that's new, you'll hear about it on our YouTube channel here. Um,
Some of
anything?
you also are going to need to realize and remember, well, you probably don't remember because some of you are very, very young. But the 80s were the time for the very, very short shorts. Very, very short shorts.
Don't
So
let it hang out.
break them out.
D- don't let it hang out. But yeah, wear your short shorts. I'll probably put mine on. Probably. We'll see. Um, is there anything else that I'm missing from Friday? Drives, horseback. Oh, some of you may have noticed, some of you probably didn't, but all of the 86 guys did. Um, Dom, what is Dom's last name?
Albanese.
Albanese. Thank you. Dom Albanese took some really great pictures of people along with their cars. He this time was down to do it officially. We're gonna probably do sign up so you have a time slot and he knows how many people he's doing. It will be limited. I'm just still working on him with him, or will be working with him to figure out a schedule around that because I want him to have fun and enjoy the day and not literally have to do photo shoots all day long. But he did shoot a bunch of guys this year, including a lot of the 86 group cars, and they looked phenomenal. So I told him he has to come back and he has to do some car portraits officially. So look forward to that. Saturday is going to look a little bit different than it has in the last couple of years. Last couple of years, we've done a boat day. We've spent time on the lake on Saturday. This year, or next year rather, given the devastation in the area and surrounding area, I do want to make sure I'm clear that luckily Fontana, the Tail of the Dragon, like the whole Deals Gap area, they actually fared very well. Didn't have any major damage, but there are a lot of other people in western North Carolina and other parts of the state, really, actually, I know we focus on western, but other parts of the state that really, really suffered and are still suffering from the after effects of whatever that hurricane's name was, that bitch. Uh, so I want to do a fundraiser. I want us to make it fun. So it'll be an outdoor field day, just like you remember from elementary school or from fairs. We're going to have a bunch of games. We will have a dunking pool. That was something that Ralph on our staff was very adamant about. I think it's the first idea on the idea sheet for the year was we got to dunk somebody, and I was like, well, we could do a charity event. So um, lots of games. If you're competitive like me, it's a wrap. Field day was one of my favorite days of the year at school, which I think is why I want to do a field day now. I just haven't grown up, quite frankly. Let's be honest. So sky's out, thighs out, and yes, we will be out raising funds for the area. We still haven't decided exactly where or who we're going to distribute those funds with. That is something me and my team will think about. I want to make sure that we're giving it to people who need it the most and the people who will actually get it. Um, so that's that. As usual, we do a group photo. Hopefully, we can do it on the dam again. This year, we did it on the softball field, which was, it's big enough, but it didn't look great, and it took forever to try to organize people into rows. Like, it was rough, and it took forever to get everybody out of there. The dam was a little bit quicker, a little bit, but it just makes for a cooler picture. So hope is that we can get out there and do that. Next is our evening dinner event thing. It is called the Gala this year because that is what it's going to be. Rather than just a casual catered dinner, we're going to put on a show. We're going to dress up. We're going to look nice. We are going to enjoy some good entertainment. And that's all I'm going to say about it right now. We got to save some things for later on. But I know Ben has a lot of ideas for it. Don't share them yet, Ben, please. But Ben,
Hey, not with the
Gunner,
field.
and I will be working on the gala for you guys so we can, you know, end Saturday on a bang. That's what I want to do. Like, end the whole event actually on a bang. So, look forward to that and look out for more announcements around the gala and what's going to happen there. And that's
I
it.
think that's what I'm
That
most
is the
excited
itinerary
for.
for Pride of the Dragon 6. Tell me what you think in the comments. You guys have already been doing that as we've spoken. You guys have been um, participating and letting us know how you feel, but let me know if there's anything else you want to say. And if there's nothing either of you want to add, Ben and Meg, I'd love to open it up to like a 10 to 15 minute Q&A before we go here. We're running a little bit behind. Nothing? Good to go? All right. So, um, Q&A. I'll just be checking the chat. I know there's a little bit of latency, so I'll give you some time to actually ask a question. But you may have questions about Fontana. You may have questions about anything. We will sit here till about 9:15 and answer those for you.
Just one thing. A little bit before Pat D, the next Pat D happens, about a month before, we do a Q&A slash AMA where people can ask all kinds of questions, and we go over some basic rules as well. So, once people have registered, and we just make sure that people understand, what kind of stuff they need to bring and what to prepare for. Things like that. We just kind of go over some basic safety rules, so everyone is on the same page. Okay.
That's right.
So,
So that's why it's kind of a
oh,
short
and
Q&A tonight. It's not that I don't want you guys to ask questions, obviously. It's or not that we don't want to answer questions. It's just that we do a big, longer Q&A, an event that is all Q&A towards the as we get closer to the actual event there. So, no questions in the chat so far, but I'm sure some are coming. I want to make sure that we let folks know that, obviously Fontana Village is where most of us stay during the event. You don't have to stay at Fontana if you don't want to. It is just what we call home base. However, there are a ton of um, smaller places and actually a couple of bigger like properties. I think Topoco might be bigger, maybe. I'm not sure. But there are lots of like private cabins and smaller grouped places where you can stay in the area. We always recommend staying at Fontana with us because you get a discount with them. They've been supporting us since our very first event there. And that's where we all are. Like, don't you want to be where the people are? Don't you want to be Ariel? Like, come on.
I do want
We
to
have some
say, really,
questions. Is there
The
a
biggest
form where
reason Well, the biggest reason we try to get people to stay at Fontana is because anything else nearby is well over 30 minutes away. Nothing is close by. So, just one reason why we want to make sure that people are aware that, if you want to socialize, let's say you also have had a couple drinks and you want to get back to your cabin, it's
just a
right
couple?
there. Whereas if you're staying off property, um, it's not necessarily worth it. You're going to be spending a lot more in gas going back and forth, back and forth. So we recommend everybody stay on site at the resort. Um,
That's true. You're going to end up using a lot of gas because it is uphill both ways, literally, to get to Fontana from anywhere else. So, yeah.
I was actually there last night. I took a little me trip, drove out and spent the night. I'm very happy to report that I didn't notice anything that was damaged in terms of the tail, in terms of Fontana. It looks just as good as it ever has. Um, I drove the tail paved, whereas this past D, it was the last um, week or so of the old pavement.
mhm.
So driving that was pretty fantastic, if I do say so myself. Um, but I'm very, very happy to report that nothing seems harmed, out of place. Um, and the Wi-Fi works great. I was having issues with Spotify, but other than that, I didn't really have any issues with connectivity either. Um, so, but I will say, try to stay off your phone, and really just kick back and enjoy being with other people and enjoying nature and enjoying each other's cars because we can be online all the time. Um, but Pat D is only once a year, so make the best of it.
Just once a year, that's right. I want to answer some of the questions that we have. Is there a forum where we can coordinate with others? In this moment, the Discord, the Pride of the Dragon Discord, is where you can speak to others. I will have to check this, but I usually create channels for caravans and that sort of a thing. Um, and I might not have created them yet in the Discord, but the Pride of the Dragon Discord is where you can coordinate with people in this moment. As we get closer to the event, we're actually going to be switching to an event management software. I wish I could set it up now, but I can't. They have some restrictions about how soon we can start registering people, but we will have a chat where everyone that's at the event can communicate, and that will be able to be open 3 months before the actual event, so you can do a little more coordinating of things like caravans or sharing of rooms or cabins or whatever. But in this moment, it is Discord to do that. Next question. I just realized is this recorded to share with others who couldn't make it? It's going to live on the YouTube channel. I didn't actually hit the record button so it could record to my computer, but we can always share the YouTube link. So that'll be around. Any pool on if the pool, or any word on if the pool will be open at Fontana or when it'll be open. So it's a maybe. It really depends on the weather. The reason we moved the event to May instead of in April is because I was hoping for a chance that the pool might be open. There's still a chance that it might still be too cold or that they haven't, cleaned it up and prepared it for opening. Um, I would have put it later, but I wanted to. I like to keep the event butted up against Minis on the Dragon because Zeke goes to both and he comes from Toronto, so he can't just like do our event, go to Toronto, come back a week later for Minis. However, he did let me know that if he has more space in between, he can do it twice. So I can't make any promises now. It's way too early, but I think I'm gonna see how deep into the summer or spring we can move prior to the Dragon 7 to. I make no guarantees. However, if we do move it, I'm sorry in advance for the sadness you'll feel that you have to wait a little bit longer for it. Do we have pricing for Fontana yet? I don't have the pricing, so you'll have to call them to get the pricing because it's new from last year and I haven't posted it anywhere. So for now, give them a call. I will do my best to update the website and try to get that on there. It's just having to do the website by myself, and so you guys get the basics for now. Just don't have time. Well, actually, Ben, Meg, have y'all called Fontana? Do y'all know what you probably only know pricing for the cabin you booked, right?
The pricing for our cabin went up
By how
a
much?
little bit.
A little bit.
Um, it was a little bit more than what I was expecting. But I mean, it's still, you have to figure the cabins are being renovated, and hopefully we're gonna get a renovated cabin at this point. So,
That's right.
but
The cabins are being renovated. I stayed in a renovated cabin last year, and it was good. It was really good. I think absolutely worth a price increase. I don't know if I would have really liked a price increase if we had the same old cabins that were falling apart, but the renovated units, they've done a really good job on. They're beautiful. The front yards have been redone, like the fire pit area that every cabin has is really nice. And inside, they're spacious. It's nice to have fresh furniture and like chairs and stools that stay even on the floor, um, or that don't wobble under your weight, like the stools that you find in some of the cabins with a kitchen island. But I I know they're not finished yet, and Ben, maybe you can speak to like how many cabins seem to be done now in comparison to what it was earlier this year.
I only did one drive around Fontana, and I didn't notice anything incredibly new from when we were there in the springtime. Um, but that's not to say that renovations haven't been made. Um, I mean, being there one night now in off season, with taxes, um, it only cost me $120. So I was pretty happy about that, and I'm a little nervous for my wallet, knowing that that's how cheap it is for a night. For the future in off season, but um, yeah, I didn't notice anything super stand out from being there in the spring.
Heard. Thank you. I hope that we have a lot more renovated ones next year. I will say that. So we will see. We will see. Do we have another question?
the Discord chat to find out about more about Pat D and to kind of join in on conversations. The link for that Discord chat is on the Pat D website. So I would highly recommend checking out the website because it's got a lot more information for everyone.
Go to the website.
When
Go
in doubt,
to.
next
Hold on.
Sunday.
I'm going to refresh because this menu that technically doesn't exist anymore is getting on my nerves. There we go. All right. Seeing that was annoying me. Go to community. Go down to Discord. And this is a button to download and install Discord. Hopefully, it's still the right one. But this is the button you want if you already have it. It's to join our server. This is an invitation that does not expire, so that should still be working there for you. Let me know if you have any issues. Obviously, you can always chat us. We're on all the social media, not all of them. We're on Facebook and Instagram. That's what we actually check. So message us on Facebook or Instagram, or you can also email info@prideofthedragon.com if you're having any issues. And like I said, there will be an update on event communications probably around February, January, February. By the way, I'm going to repeat it here again because it's been a while since I've said it, but if you are here watching this event right now, you get $10 off of your registration. And actually, technically, it lasts till midnight, only because I couldn't make it last only 1 hour. You're lucky. Squarespace settings suck. So, until midnight, you can get $10 off your registration by using the code LaunchMeDaddy. One word. Ben. I love that that tickles you every time. Launch me daddy. Um
Oh
okay, I think I
God.
saw another question and I lost it. Oh, are there other events the same weekend? Not that we've seen. There's typically not an event that same weekend. However, um, the Tale of the Dragon website, taleofthedragon.com, is a pretty good source of truth for the calendar. There are always smaller events that fly under their radar that don't end up there, but they're usually pretty small, like, six civics or something like that, right? Um, but yeah, we should be fine as far as like sharing the space with other events. We're not gonna have to share it with like some huge event or anything like that. Um,
Right now, right now, the Tail of the Dragon 2025 calendar is not out yet, so we don't know quite yet what else is expected at the same time.
it's usually
But
like mid-December that they release it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's usually not large groups. So, but there's also other bike groups that come. Some of them stay at one of the other bike resorts. So
That's
it's
true.
just a matter of, you
There are
know,
bike resorts
kind
around.
of, yeah. And we're early in the season, so
Does the discount apply only to the cabins or any of the rooms slash campgrounds? I know it's the cabins. I know it's the rooms. I don't know if it includes the campgrounds. Something tells me there's probably not a whole lot of margin in the campgrounds for them. But I can ask after the campgrounds if you're interested in staying there. However, the rooms and the cabins do count for the discount. Next
I actually did a
question. Are
loop.
there cabins for one or two people only, or are they intended to have more people? There are two-bedroom cabins. Actually, there are one-bedroom cabins. I stayed in one. So there are cabins of all sizes. The largest one, there's like a single one that's like 4 bedrooms. The majority of them are going to be two or three bedroom cabins. And of course, you can always just stay in a lodge room or a cabana. Those are single or double occupancy. They're not cabins at all. They're more like hotel rooms. And I know the lodge should be done with its renovations now. It was pretty much done when we went this year. So all of those rooms have been renovated. They look really nice in the photos. I didn't see one in person, but I did go up into the lodge and I had a meeting there and it was looking pretty good in the building. And they were starting construction on the cabana, or I don't even know if they're still going to call them cabanas, but there's another building of like hotel style rooms that they were starting to tear into when we were there this year. So lots of options if you are, if you don't want to be around a lot of people, I feel it. Bu- 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 bu. You guys are answering questions for people. Thank you. How do we get the Pat D discounts at Fontana? Do we call up and mention I know Tati, Wataguan? Yes, that is exactly what you do. You call them up, preferably in your deepest Jamaican accent. Okay, I need you to pull the patois out of your soul and let them know that you need a discount. No, you literally just mentioned Pride of the Dragon, or I mean, we're kind of the only like queer event there. I think there might be one other one. So if you're just like I'm with them gay people, they'll know and they'll give you the discount. Uh,
Honestly, I was when I had dinner last night at Hazel's, which is the restaurant in the lodge. Um, my server remembered being around us at the grill, and she loved us. She missed us 2 years ago, and she was there this year, and so she's excited to see everybody back this year. She loved all the outfits. So let's dress to impress, ladies.
The outfits, yes, dress to impress. The outfits are always a thing. Let me move on to the next question. We have like 2 minutes in official Q&A here. So, I mean, you're welcome. Last year we had it. Oh, that wasn't a question. Okay, my bad. My bad. If there's one more question, happy to take it. Other than that, I'm gonna let everybody go because I've held you for so long with my technical issues in the beginning of this. While we're waiting, Ben, Meg, thank you guys for joining me so much. Is there anything else that you want to say to the people before we let them go? Again, we will be back in a month to do something similar to this, but with new stuff.
Looks like there is a question. On the Fontana Village website, there's an option to stay at the hookup campground site.
Is
But
that a
I think
question or a
Tati,
statement?
yeah,
I I did,
I believe.
and I looked, there's not really much of a pad there to hook up to. There is hookups, and there's like um picnic tables and stuff, and there are restrooms there. It is below the dam.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was a little surprised when I went back there. Just doing a little exploring because I'd never been back there. But yeah, I look into the lodges. Um, that's
Killboy took this
that's my
photo.
recommendation.
Where is it?
So the hookup campground sites are more for RVs, campers, things like that. It's not for tent camping. You can tent camp, but I don't really recommend it myself, but you certainly can try. But it's a matter of maybe you finally meet up with the people that you've known on the web on Facebook groups like on TCG or Gay Gearheads or whatever. Just you try to share a cabin or something. This is where kind of being social kind of comes in. So I would definitely recommend maybe trying to get a cabin with some friends. Um, so um, Tati, there's a comment or
Yeah, I was responding to it. That the site forces you to pick a drive, and I'm pretty sure I selected that those should not be required questions. So that's interesting if it's requiring you to do that anyway.
Mhm.
But I will
Mhm.
check in on that because obviously, if people don't want to drive, they don't have to. I think I can get away from this page. I was being nosy because I saw the blue car and I was like, I think Killboy took this photo, and yes, it was Daryl because he hides his Porsche in a lot of his pictures, or
Mhm.
doesn't hide it very well, but it's usually there. You can see it. Um, if you're not
It's
familiar with
That's a lot of
Killboy, they are a company down there. They do photos all up and down the Dragon. So as you are driving, you will see photographers in the pull-offs. They're not all Killboy. There's also 129 Photos, and I think another company that's just started doing photos there this year as well. Um, but on the tail, there are photographers who will take professional photos of your car as it drives by, and you can go to their website, find your picture, purchase it, give them their money. It's worth it. They sit out there all day just getting us. Um, and
Please give them their money.
give people their money, yes, but you can get a
Don't lose
spectacular
them,
high
please.
resolution photo of your car tackling the tail. And I mean, it's for some people, it's they have a collection of their car on the tail every single year. It's awesome. All right, I'm gonna
Mhm.
take these last two questions, or this one last question rather. Is there a place near Fontana to rent cars in the area? Ooh, Knoxville would probably
Uh,
be your closest option as far as like major car rental places like Hertz and Enterprise, etc. There's an airport there, and also Knoxville is just a bigger town. I don't think they're like the two towns that are closest to Fontana is Robbinsville. I know there's not like a rental car place in Robbinsville, and then there's Bryson City, which is a little bit larger, but I've not seen a rental car place around in there, but I've not explored the whole town, of course. Whereas Robbinsville is literally like a one stoplight town, two, I think actually. um, so I know it's there. Yeah, so Knoxville is going to be your best bet. If you need to fly in and rent a car, that's where I would go because it's a 1.5, maybe 2 hour drive from the airport up there down to the Dragon. Launch Me Daddy also doesn't seem to work for half week. All right, I'll fix it.
Oh, it was Launch Me Daddy 25.
It is Launch Me Daddy 25, but I think I don't remember telling it it should work for the half week. You right. I guess you're going for the full week. Damn. See you there. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm gonna try to fix it real quick. I can't see the chat, so Meg, Ben, can you tell me if I have another question while I'm fixing that?
It's just about the promo code. That's it.
It's all about the
So
promo code. It's
yeah.
always about the promo code. Why don't y'all just pay
I
full
Um,
will
price?
say,
Just pay full price.
uh, for the Navy Trans Am guy, or the person, sorry, not didn't mean to gender. I definitely come find me. My wife and I are a Navy household. My wife got out as a submariner, so a Crippy submariner. So do come and say hi to us. We have a few other armed forces veterans who show up, and we're our own little tiny little community. So definitely come and say hi.
All right. So it should work for the half week now. Save. Okay.
Good. Yep.
Now it should
Yep.
work for the half week. Let me
Hmm.
know. Let me know. And I think we're good to go, Frugal Queens. Thank y'all for registering. I appreciate it. I probably should have been counting like how many registrations we got while we were on here. I know my phone has been going off a good bit. If you haven't decided, I totally get it. You do have until midnight to use that discount. After that, I want my
Hmm.
coins. And then um this year I think it's on the website. I'll check and make sure it is. But the price does go up for late registrations. So sometime
It
around
will.
February, I believe I set it for February 1st or maybe the 15th. I'll double check the website. The price will go up on both ticket types because we need we need you to come. We need to know what our numbers are sooner than later, which tends to be a problem towards the end of the event. So, much like many festivals you might have gone to or cons are notorious for this, the price will go up the longer you wait. So, don't wait.
Hmm.
All right, y'all.
Definitely.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Meg.
No, no. Just definitely get in and make sure you're registered.
I will
Guys,
say,
every
I'm
year. Ugh,
very
I can't.
excited
I
for
hate.
what we have
Like,
in
this is. I
store
hate
towards.
and I love this day every single year because it's like okay, we've opened Pride of the Dragon registration. It's real, it's happening. But then it's like, we have how long till Pride of the Dragon? Like, what? So just register, and I promise you the time will pass. It will, and we'll get to see each other in May of next year.
Hmm. Hmm.
Ben,
And we're
Meg,
super
thank y'all for
excited to see
joining.
you.
Thank you all for coming to watch. We really appreciate it. Again, we'll be back next month with the new news. It probably won't be as long as this live event, but there are still things in the works that I just haven't been able to announce yet because they're still in the works. Um, but as they come up, we'll do more live events. We'll do some interviews. I'll have some of you guys on, people who have been to Pride of the Dragon before, people who have things to say and things to share. We'll have stories to tell. It's going to be a good time leading up to the event. Good night, all. Good night.